And welcome back to another edition of Completely Unoriginal right here at DakotaBroadcasting.com. I'm Adam St. Paul, and joined by Kurt Campbell and Tony Zur. How's it going, guys?
Hey.
Pretty good.
Glad to have you along here. We are your source for everything nerd at DakotaBroadcasting.com. And I got a topic that I want to start off in, and basically we can...
Hold on, Adam.
Oh, yeah.
Can I hear Kurt? Kurt, are you there?
I'm here.
There you go. How about now?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I heard him.
I gotta
Yep, I'm over here.
Press the button to make sure that you can hear him. But yeah, I got a topic I think that I want to talk about. After I don't think you guys have seen it, so I can't really get into spoilers. But at the same time, it is something we're speaking on, and that is Logan, the latest X-Men movie, and of course the final portrayal of Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine Logan.
I saw it.
Oh, you did see it?
I did see it.
All right, awesome. Well, then you and I can speak to it. Kurt, we'll just have to wait on. But you know, it's what's really cool. Just before we get into the film itself, and no spoilers, so don't worry because we don't want to ruin anything for Kurt.
Thank you.
The one thing that really is cool about it is, again, it is showing that these more mature, these R-rated comic book movies have their place. They don't always have to be rated R, but you know what? You can get out of the box a little bit, get away from the family-friendly cookie-cutter thing that is Marvel, and go to a more darker, edgier, certainly violent film such as Logan. And this could be a good sign for maybe some darker comic book movies coming up, you know?
Oh yeah. It's Deadpool started something.
Mm-hmm.
People are always talking about, oh well, you know, Deadpool is the first rated R. You know, no, it's not.
No.
Punisher. I think all three of the Punishers were rated R.
Was The Crow rated R?
The Crow was rated
No,
R.
was it?
The original, at least, was. I'm pretty sure.
With Brandon Lee. Oh yeah, the Crow.
You got
the Crow
you
was
got
rated
Watchmen. You've got what's the other film I'm thinking of right off the top of my head that I can't now. Oh darn it, it's gone now. But
Well, I guess there's a new McFarlane is looking at doing another Spawn movie, and it's supposed to be just rugged.
well, I hope it's better than the original.
Yeah, hopefully they.
Oof.
That one was pretty. You know, that was before no one took comic book movies seriously back then when the original Spawn was made. And even though, you know, Tony, you posted on your Facebook today as we're recording this that what's that movie that's a guilty pleasure? Spawn could be a good one for me. It's terrible, but I'll watch it if it's on.
Oh yeah. I you know, like John Leguizamo did a great job as the clown. You know, I thought that it was, for its day and for the effects that they had for it and stuff like that, I thought it wasn't too bad.
Sure.
So I'm still kind of waiting to find it on DVD. I still have never found that movie on DVD, probably for a reason.
Yeah, you know, and again, we can kind of think as the show goes on, but I'm just trying to think of some more, you know, more edgier comic book characters now that a studio might be willing to take a risk on, seeing as that, now granted, I mean, Wolverine is just a huge name, you know, the Logan character, Wolverine, the X-Men, that's all huge, so it's not like, I don't think they're going to go look for some obscure, really dark comic book to try to turn into a movie now, but at the same time, you know, they can go to some of those more adult stories. And, you know, I guess I'll hold my thoughts for a second and we'll go to Tony. What were your thoughts on the film Logan?
Well, I'm going to get a little sappy with you guys here just for a second. I'm going to get a little real.
Now, remember, no spoilers. Do not go into spoilers for Kurt.
No spoilers. No, it touched me in a different way than a lot of other people because, admittedly, right now, our family, one of our kids has some very bad seizure problems. And Professor X has some very bad seizure problems in the movie. And so when you see the hurt, you know, that comes across not only Professor X's face, but Logan's face and Caliban's face and stuff like that, or, you know, when this stuff happens, it was kind of heartbreaking for me. You know, it was very believable, and I was just kind of stunned by that aspect of the movie, and you know, in my eyes, Patrick Stewart as well as Hugh Jackman both deserve, you know, best lead and best supporting for that role in my eyes.
Kurt, who is the? He is a comedian, a blonde guy. That is with Ricky Gervais on that old.
Oh, Stephen Merchant.
Yeah, Stephen Merchant. He's in Logan.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
he's a supporting cast member in it. I couldn't pick him out. I knew I had seen him before, but he's
Right.
got quite a bit of makeup on. This isn't a spoiler. He plays an albino, so
Okay.
so
Well, that's
imagine
fine, yeah.
imagine him looking like an albino.
I
So
can
it's-
see that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I knew I had seen him before, but I couldn't pick out where he was. I had to look at IMDb
Kurt-
later.
Kurt, did you see Apocalypse?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh, okay. Young Caliban is in Apocalypse, and old Caliban is in Logan.
Gotcha. Okay.
I thought that was kind of cool that they put him in Logan as well. I like that character.
See, now when it comes to the X-Men franchise as a whole, Tony, I think you certainly, when it came to Apocalypse, you were looking forward to that much more than Kurt or I. I think maybe I'm wrong in bestowing upon you the number one X-Men movie fan on this podcast, but I think you are. So I guess where does Logan rank for you in regards to, I guess the X-Men cinematic universe?
I'm going to say third. I'm going to say it's the third best that I've seen.
Okay, behind?
X2 was the best one in my eyes. I thought that one was very, very well done. And the Wolverine backstory in that, as well as the action sequences and just the story. The story in itself was really, really good, and it really set something up for a third one, which we all saw was terrible. But yeah, X2 was my favorite of the franchise. After that, I would probably have to say Days of Futures Past. I really, really enjoyed that movie just because I hadn't had a really, really well done X-Men movie in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So when that one came out, and it was awesome. I really, really enjoyed Days of Futures Past, and Logan. Honestly, Logan and Deadpool probably tie it for me.
Mm.
Deadpool more along the lines of the comedic R-rated movie, and then this one had some funny parts in it too and everything, but it was more dramatic and everything. And so Deadpool and Logan kind of kilter with me as to which one's better.
For sure. When it comes to the movie, I guess my opinion, I would have to probably reiterate a lot what Tony said. It's outstanding. I really enjoyed it. You see a side of Logan as the Wolverine that we haven't gotten a chance to see, and that is just the sheer violence and brutality that would be if you had metal claws and you were going berserk and whatnot.
To be fair, Wolverine has a lot of rage, and when you have a weapon that is that deadly and that much strength and anger, it's going to be nasty.
And and just the close quarters that when you think about it, he has to be within his arm's length of you to attack. So it's
plus another 18, 24 inches.
Yeah,
with the claws,
whatever
I
it may
guess.
be, but exactly. But you got to be within that close proximity. You got to have just this rage, and it's you've seen kind of the quote unquote berserker scenes in past movies. If you think of X2. When they go back
the
to
mansion
yep,
scene.
yeah, they go back to they attack the mansion, or they go. I thought they went to like Iceman's house. Either way, he's got to fight his way out. There's no blood at all through that entire scene. You do see him stab people, and you see him do that, but nothing like what you see when it comes to Logan. And it's the setting for the film is really cool. The trailer is a little misleading, actually, with how the film ends up looking. North Dakota is actually a very big part of the movie, which is interesting, and it's kind of cool too.
When they get to North Dakota, though, it's not North Dakota.
Well, the bad
when they get there, there's no place in North Dakota that looks like that.
I'm guessing. Well, I mean, the Badlands, if you ever, they are beautiful.
Yeah.
I think he might be. I think Tony probably is right. They filmed it somewhere else, and like The Revenant, they didn't film that in South Dakota, but it took place in South Dakota, certainly. And in essence, the film is a road trip movie, and it's just really it's powerful. It's super emotional, and I gotta say, it is the perfect send-off to Hugh Jackman as the Wolverine. I don't think you could have done a better job of sending that out, and I give kudos to Fox again, because they could have done a cookie cutter thing where they said we want this to appeal to everyone, and we don't want certain things to happen, and we don't want it to be too violent or anything. But instead, he told Mangold, I forget his first name, the director of the film, James, thank you, James Mangold, tells him, make your movie. And they stepped away, and they took some risks, and
paid off.
Yeah, it paid off big time. But I guess in Fox, Fox took a risk with Deadpool that paid off too.
And since we've brought the subject up a few times, I have to give major kudos to the Deadpool 2 teaser trailer that they were running before Logan. Ryan Reynolds is my freaking hero. The guy is not afraid to do anything for the laugh. He will do whatever it takes to get the laugh and to bring that character to life. Pressing his ham against the phone booth while he's changing in there, trying to save the guy. Freaking hilarious.
I was trying to explain that to somebody today. One of my friends at work was sitting there, and they're like, "Oh, there's a Deadpool trailer out." I was like, "Yes." Like, what happens in it? And I explained it to him, like, he goes into the phone booth just like Superman, like, and he comes out and he kicks his ass. I'm like, no. That was his intention. That was definitely.
And the
his
Superman
intention.
music is playing in the background while he's changing, talking to himself at one point, saying, "Well, normally my costume designer's here to help me put this thing on. I just can't."
Which is really interesting because I wonder how much money they had to flip to have a DC score in a Marvel trailer.
Well, is it Warner Brothers that made the original Superman movies?
Yeah, I'm guessing DC has no rights. The company probably don't have any rights. That'd be. But you're right though. They'd have to go to Warner Brothers and get those rights.
Just get the big score. Pay for the score is all they'd have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Pay for the licensing for the music, and quite frankly, they're getting paid. So.
Well, and going back to Logan, I mean, another thing that I think people are kind of not seeing is regardless of the quality of movies that the X-Men franchise has given us, I think that Hugh Jackman himself has done a great job at every single movie. He gets a little bit more bitter just because of how long this character has been alive and how many people he's lost, and it really comes to fruition in this movie to where he's done. He is sick and tired of seeing everybody that he cares for die.
But whoever takes over the role of Wolverine in upcoming X-Men projects has the biggest shoes to fill since Christopher Reeve stopped playing Superman. I think.
It's interesting too because the X-Men franchise. It's really hard to believe this, but that started in 2000. The very first, Bryan Singer directed X-Men movie came out in 2000. I was in high school,
which I thought was excellent, by the way.
Yeah, it was great. And at the time, again, it's hard to believe, Hugh Jackman had never been in an American film before. He'd been on television in America, but he had never been in an American film because now he's a big-time movie star and he's been in all sorts of different properties and everything like that. But
well, he was the replacement actor. He took over for the guy they fired.
Yeah, I forget who that was. He was in Mission.
Hugh Gray Scott.
Yeah, he went to Mission. He was doing Mission Impossible 3. Or which one was the worst one?
2?
No, I think he was in 2.
That's the because that's John Woo directed, and you could definitely tell. Yep. Yeah, exactly. He's in that one, and scheduling conflicts meant it so that he couldn't play the character. But so then Hugh Jackman comes in and does the rest is history, and it's sad, of course, that he won't be reprising the role of Logan.
Maybe
I guess.
We're not going to say that.
I think with the money this one made, I don't know.
I know that Ryan Reynolds has pulled stunts to try to get Wolverine in the next Deadpool movie. So maybe that's when they'll bust out the new Wolverine. I don't know, but
well, Tony, did you? By the way, watch the Deadpool trailer and slow it down to see what the piece of paper was that was going by at the end?
No,
it's a Deadpool written book report on The Old Man and the Sea by Hemingway. You need to slow it down and read it because it's hilariously written. The whole time you're distracted because he's in the background making fun of Hugh Jackman's Australian accent as the trailer comes to an end. Slow it down and read it. It's hilarious. That's all I'm going to say.
I'll have to check that out.
So when it comes, I guess there's going to be more X-Men movies. There's going to be another Wolverine. He's too popular of a character that they can't replace, and you basically can't. I don't know, and I don't know if it's necessarily just Hugh Jackman's performance or if it's the character. I think you got to give a lot of credit to Jackman, but almost every single X-Men movie became about Wolverine. I mean, they actually were planning on doing a whole series of spin-off films. They were going to do a Magneto film and an Xavier film and all these things, and after X-Men Origin, Wolverine was so badly panned, they scrapped that project and whatnot, but at the same time, they made just a X-Men Origins Wolverine movie. You know, it's a too popular character to let go. So the question is, who's next? I mean, we're going to kind of go, I think, off the top of the head here, if anything, but can you even think of anyone who can try to replace those shoes?
Ooh, man.
Well, okay, so first I have to ask this. Kurt, did you see any of the Logan trailers?
I saw the first one, yeah, and it looked. That's what got me interested. I thought, oh, this looks great. So,
okay,
yeah.
Well, I think, gosh, you know, Kurt, can you just step away for 1 second?
I could take my headphones off, I suppose.
Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Just for 1 second. Adam, are we alone?
Yes, so he will not be able to hear you right now.
I do not know if he knows about Wolverine's daughter in the film.
Uh-huh.
And you know, the fact that I'm pretty sure that she's going to be the next Wolverine. I'm pretty sure that they're just going to bring that character up.
So, okay. So you just think that no one will reprise that role then?
Kurt can put his headphones back on.
Okay, Kurt, you can put your headphones back on, he said. But
I just don't think that we can throw anybody else into that role right now and make it believable, especially after Logan.
Yeah, that's not going to happen though. They're going to recast the role. There's no doubt. I don't know who off the top of my head, and I'll leave that to the people in Hollywood to decide, I guess. What I did want to comment on, though, is the story structure of the movie, just because I was going in expecting it to be besides more of the comic booky elements with the Hulk people and things like that of Old Man Logan, because that's actually the one that Hugh Jackman was pushing when they were kind of thinking of this last Wolverine movie with him in it. And it does have some elements of Old Man Logan, but it borrows a lot from the graphic novel, The Death of Wolverine. And that, to me, I was surprised just because it was a good melding, a good blend of those two stories, which feature an elderly kind of Logan.
Yeah, the only way that they're going to be able to do this and make me actually make it believable for me is if they used my idea, and that is that Moira McTaggart, an established character, comes in like she does in the comics. She develops a serum that's supposed to make Magneto young, but instead it's given to Wolverine by accident or by force, and then they turn him into a young kid again, and it's pretty much a search for Spock kind of a thing going on. Like that's the only way that they could do this that would make it believable for me. They can't just pop Tom Hardy in there.
Well, he'd be good, though.
He would be good.
He would be good.
He probably would be good.
It would be a completely different person, like a completely different character.
I'd like them to go with a shorter actor. I know it's nitpicky, but Hugh Jackman is 6'2", and Wolverine in the comics is 5'3".
Yeah, I don't think Tom Hardy's that tall though.
So there you go. Tom Hardy it is. We have spoken.
I mean, Carl Urban. I mean,
he'd be good. Yeah.
Oh, Carl Urban, that'd be a good one.
Really good.
He would be great, but I want him to stick with Dredd for right now.
There is new rumblings that Dredd 2 is happening now.
Is it?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, please let it be so.
I'm not.
I mean,
that's
amazing.
It's. I think it's still pretty speculative, but I thought it was like Urban mentioned something about it. I'd like to be working on that, but we might be working on the next Dredd film. And whatnot, and that one wasn't a big hit. But if anyone hadn't seen that one, go check out.
So good.
Go check out.
Speaking of R-rated superhero movies that work,
yeah, there you go.
I think that being the sleeper hit that it was. I mean, there was petitions out, saying make it Dredd 2 and everything. I think it's kind of slowly Lebowskiing its way up the comic book line.
I'd rather see a Dredd Netflix series, a hard R. a hard R-rated Dredd series.
That probably
would
would
be
see. You know, it's a cop. In the end, Dredd is a cop drama.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
that's it's certainly in a dystopian future and all those kind of things. But in the end, it is a cop drama. That sort of thing may lend itself better to a television show. If you could get Carl Urban to sign on and
I bet
do
he wouldn't heartbeat if it was.
You think so?
If it was a good story and he got to work with the people
The
who
thing
worked on
about
the film.
what would be if you know, and I don't know if this is true or not, I guess, but when it comes to Netflix, you know, they naturally want to probably do a new season a year or whatever. But I don't think they don't have the strains of television that, you know, where if they can get it out whenever, basically.
Yeah, whenever they want. Look what they're doing with Mystery Science Theater 3000 and God help us, Fuller House, and the shows that they're bringing back that have been gone for so long.
Certainly.
And they bring them back. Why not?
So going back, please.
Is MST3K going on Netflix?
Yeah, in April.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's about a month away.
Yeah, so back to the original discussion. Old Man, or just Logan, go see it. It's definitely worth the ticket price. And let's see, anything else you guys want to touch on here before we say goodbye this week?
I'm good.
All I'm going to say, Kurt, is when you see Logan, just watch for the slow motion scene.
Okay.
Adam, you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, oh, yeah, sure.
Oh my God, I was sitting there just like, this is ridiculously awesome.
Can't
For
wait.
sure.
Can't
That's
wait.
going to do it for another edition of Completely Unoriginal here at DakotaBroadcasting.com. For Kurt Campbell and Tony Zer, I'm Adam St. Paul. Until the next time.